Students, today my area of discussion would be how to self-assess and why self-assessment is the fastest method of learning. And one by one, I'll go take you through each and every point and then discuss all of them in detail. So once you have logged into using your user ID and password in EaseToLearn.com, you would see a dashboard like this. Just click these three lines of the hamburger. And now you would see on the right hand side, you will have something called as My Study Room, My Exam Room, Reports and Analytics, and My Teacher's Help. So let's first open My Study Room for you. Now, My Study Room has two major components, that is Smart Learning and Self-Assessor. Let me first click Smart Learning for you. Before I explain you Smart Learning, let me share something with you that how you have to learn, study in your life. Let me take an example of, say, biology today. So, for example, if you have been taught, say, in biology cell structure today by your teacher in the class, once you come back home, kindly read that biology again, because whenever you will hear for the first time any topic, so cell structure in this case, you will understand it around to the level of 35%. However, once you study it again, maybe depending on every student's individual skill, on an average, the students gain another 25%. That means they gain knowledge to a level of about 60%. And thereafter, whenever they open the books again, they feel that they know everything and they practically don't study it again and again because they feel their cup is full. Now, at that stage, if you still have the time, you can get into the smart learning, go to biology, open general biology, go to cell biology and select cell structure. Now here you would see all the best videos and the study material on the cell structure is not only the videos, but you can also get all the notes on cell structure at one place. So there is no need for you to make the notes also. However, I would prefer that you only come to smart learning if you have enough time, because you have already spent one time for gaining 35% with your teacher and another 25% when you have studied yourself. Still you have the time, then come to smart learning. There is no need to Google it, because most of the best videos of the Googles and the best notes have already been consolidated over here. However, if the time is not permitting to you, the best way is now to go to the next area, which I'll just discuss with you. Go to the My Study Room again. Go to Self-Assessor. Now your knowledge is around 60%, as we have discussed just now. Now go to Biology again, select General Biology, go to Cell Biology and just select Cell Structure. Now I would prefer you to make an assessment about 20 questions, because if you make more and more questions, it will waste your time. So the whole idea of creating this assessment is that it's not a testing system. Let me first create this assessment, then explain it to you. So this is not a testing system at all. For example, you created an assessment of 20 questions. You can see on the right hand side, you have got the 20 questions. Now you have to follow only one logic. You have to answer all these questions correctly. If you do not know an answer, 100% sure, please do not answer it. Suppose you do not know the answer of a question, there would be a help which I'll explain you just now. And if you do not know the answer at all, skip the question but do not answer it correctly. Please do not do any guesswork. I'm repeating this again and again. Please do not do any guesswork in this, because this will make your brain dumb every time if you make guesswork, and you'll be also wasting your time. So let me explain you this now in detail. Now this was an assessment on cell structure which you created for around 20 questions. Now your knowledge is 60%. That means 12 questions out of 20 you should be in a position to answer without the help of the book. So let me say you knew the first answer. I'm just doing a guess only. And you knew it 100% correctly. Then you move to the second question. You also knew this question very well. Then you move to the third question. You also knew the answer of this question very well. You are 100% sure about it. Then you move to the fourth question. You also again knew the answer very well. Then you move to the fifth question, and you are very confident on this also. And then you move to the sixth question, and you are very confident on this. Now at the seventh question, you are not very sure. And as I have told you, you are not supposed to answer anything wrong. You cannot give an incorrect answer. So what would you do at this stage? Just press this button called as help. Now the system would try to help you in answering this question. So you would see the system has stopped itself completely at this stage. Now what would you first do is kindly search that answer in your book, because that's the best source. Or try to utilize to search the answer from notes or cell structure videos or cell structure web text, which all of them are available over here. And if you are not able to search there also, or if you are in a hurry, directly click Google and try to search the answer from the Google. So in the Google, you would get the answer correctly, because what we have done is we have picked up the exact body of the question and given you directly the answer. But the idea is not only the correct answer you are searching, but you must know the reasons for this correct answer. So once if you have known the correct answer in this particular case, just remove the help button by pressing cancel and go and answer the answer correctly. Now you were very confident in answering this correctly, and then for example in this question the correct answer was Golgi body, which you finally searched it on Google, but I would have preferred had you done it from the book itself. Then go to the next question now, and here also probably you knew the answer very well yourself. And then you went to the next question. Again at that stage you were not knowing the answer. Again you can take the help. And again the same process would start. And you can go to the Googles also and then try to search plastids are not found in which particular place. So it's very clearly mentioned they are not found in prokaryotics like bacteria and blue-green or algae. Just set it up, and then you knew the correct answer and do the answer. Then go to the next question. Now here what happens is you were not knowing the answer and you could not even search it in the help also. The whole idea is do not guess it, do not answer it wrong, just skip it. So if you will skip, you will see the system has recognized that you have skipped this particular question. Now there will be a help given to you in solving this also with the help of your teachers, because they have already identified this is getting recorded, so they have already identified what you do not know. So this way, then you can again continue with your test, and maybe the next question again you were knowing it correctly and you answered it. So this way you will complete all the 20 questions and then save and exit. So you will submit your test now. So here you will see that everything which you have done in test has got recorded. You can see view all the details over here, each question wise. And suppose that 10th question which you were not knowing, just click it over here. So you were not knowing the correct answer and you could not have understood the correct answer also. Although you know the correct answer now, the best is to click teacher support over here and type your message, why have you not understood this question? You will immediately get the help back from the teachers also explaining you in detail. So that, see, the whole idea is I am not here to do you just a practice, but this is a method of learning. So once that has been done, let's exit from this report and analytics. Now again you go back to my study room, again go to Self-Assessor and again create a new assessment on cell structure. Now this time you will get 20 different questions than previously what you got them. But I'll tell you, there will be a sudden change happening in you. You will start realizing that earlier if you were able to answer 12 questions without the help of book, now you may be in a position to answer 13 to 14 questions, or some students may be in a position to answer 15, 16 questions also without the help of book, because everybody has his own skill levels on which they are operating. And if you are doing this for 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you will realize that by 4th or 5th time you may be answering about 17 or 18 questions without the help of the book. technically your knowledge has now moved from 60% to 85 to 90%. So very logically, now you are answering 17 questions without the help of the book. That means that will give you a different level of confidence. Once you have completed this particular exercise and you are pretty confident on that subject, then at that stage, I would prefer that you can now, you are now ready, because the kind of confidence you have now developed in cell structure, you would be now in a position to get into another area called as My Exam Room. So you are in My Study Room and now you are going into My Exam Room. Now, please remember, in My Exam Room, you are not going to get any help. See, My Study Room is your study room. It's your playground. You do this hundreds of times. Technically, you know what's happening in My Study Room is you are analyzing, first you are finding out what is not known well to you. What is not known well to you. That means you exactly know what is the gap in your knowledge, and then you are going and searching that question and filling that gap. This is called fastest method of learning, because you are only studying exactly that much portion which you don't know. That is why it is called fastest method of learning. Now, just to give you another idea, for example, it is something like this, that you have read about 7 or 8 books in one go, and in every book you have read only that much which you are not knowing in that book, because study material in all the books is about 80 to 90% common. So you are actually not wasting your time at all, and that is why it is called fastest method of learning. So you are exactly in My Study Room with the help of Self-Assessor identifying how many questions are not known to you and exactly yourself searching that answer. So that is a very long retained knowledge for you. That is why it is very accurate and you are able to learn very fast. So My Study Room you can do number of times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times on cell structure till you reach a certain level of confidence. Thereafter only come to My Exam Room. Because in My Exam Room, what is going to happen is, whichever exam you are preparing for example, in this particular case, we are preparing for NEET exam. So you will come back to biology again. You will click general biology. You will click cell biology, and then you will click cell structure. Now what would happen is, the system would now give you, the cell structure of NEET standard, the difficulty level of NEET, the marking pattern of NEET, the time management of NEET, and there will be no help. Now, even if you cross a particular benchmark in this also, that means you are nearly confident on attempting cell structure to a level of NEET examination. So this way, you will do one by one every topic which is taught to you in the school. See, please understand, Rome is not built in a day. It is built brick by brick by brick. So you will cover every topic of biology, that means general biology, genetics, ecology, botany, zoology, then every topic in chemistry and every topic in physics. One by one, you will be checking the level of NEET for every topic which you have originally studied and gone very confident in the study room. So from study room, come to My Exam Room only when you are confident. Otherwise, you will lose your confidence. So if you have achieved a certain benchmark in study room, then only come to My exam room and attempt the topic test. Now this you can continue for your whole 11th class and 12th class, and when you are 2 months away from the exam, then again come to My Exam Room, and before that please do not come, and click something called as exam test. And in the exam test, now since you have already gained complete knowledge in biology, physics and chemistry, you can open one by one all of them. So let me open physics mock test for you. Now the system would simulate physics mock test for you. Physics, the way it is taken in NEET, the same difficulty level, the same sections, the same number of marking happen, the same time management. So this for 30 days you will practice every day. The physics mock test. Similarly, you will practice the chemistry, the botany and the zoology each. And then 1 month is left to your exams. At that stage, Now you would practice the complete mock test. Now here you would have physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, the way it is simulated in a NEET UG exam. Now you will again practice every day for 1 month this complete mock test, and every time you would be crossing a particular benchmark. Thereafter, once you will be actually going to the NEET exam, you can imagine the level of your confidence, and the success is bound to come. Meaning success is ultimately you logically planned your success. There is no chances of getting defeated now. I hope you have understood. So please come to my exam room only when you have very confidently completed the the study room. So study room is technically we call study room is a formative assessment system. That is assessment for learning. And exam room is a summative assessment system. That means assessment of learning. So study room is not a testing system. It is a system which is allowing you to identify what you do not know and helping you to cover that gap till you reach a particular confidence level. Exam room is your actual testing system. That is the summative assessment system. It is the assessment for learning. I hope you would have understood very well what I am trying to explain this to you. I have taken today example of NEET just to explain you the concept. But in EaseToLearn, you have all the courses. So it is not only NEET, but any course you are preparing for, whether they are your engineering courses, whether they are your medical courses, whether CUET, or your management courses, or the MCA, law. So the logic on all exam preparation remains the same. National NIFT or defense courses like NDA or CDS or AFCAT. Similarly, the UPSC courses, your IAS exams, the SSC courses, the bank PO, bank clerk, so and so. So you would find a complete set of courses which I was just trying to explain it to you. So I'll prefer you, and you can select any course and it will come on the top. You can see NEET is there, somebody was preparing for. So if you would again go to one of these courses, you can, for example, you wanted to do, say, JEE Main. Just select JEE Main, go and just select join my study room. It is totally free. And you see, even JEE Main has now come into your basket. So NEET was already in your basket to do my study room. Now JEE Main is also in your basket. Similarly, there is another SBI PO. So it's so quick. What you have to do is, I'll explain you in detail in continuation that how would you access this system. In the meantime, I hope you have understood the concept which I was trying to explain it to you. You practically would not require anybody's help. So one-time teaching of your teacher is sufficient. The second and the third time, it is you who have to learn. Because the concept of bicycle. So your teacher may be teaching you how to drive a bicycle in the classroom, or you may be studying it in the coaching center, but ultimately you have to drive the bicycle. You may have to fall 2-3 times, but it is you who have to finally drive the bicycle, and the study room is where you are driving your bicycle, because in the exams also you have to drive it. And that is the concept of my study room. Learn driving your bicycle and then win your race in my exam room. I hope you would have understood my concept very strong. So let me summarize with you what we have discussed today. So assessment for learning is the fastest method of learning, because students learn only those areas which are not known to them. So it first allows you to identify what is not known to you, and then you fill that gap. This is not only faster, but also speeds up your skills and also ensures accurate learning. So you're not learning what you don't require. The best way to do is download the app by this QR code which you can scan and download this app, or you can alternatively go to the website EaseToLearn.com and sign up. Both ways you will be in a position to access this app. After signing up, you have to put your mobile number and pick up an OTP. And this is not available for the exams we are discussing, but for many other courses. I think you would love using it. Thanks.